Hello YouTube, we are back. Been off for a while. Been pretty busy with a bunch of other projects, but finally back. And this wasn't the carving I planned on doing, but my brother asked me to make him the Fist of Doom, I believe it's called, from Hellboy. Make it into like a little necklace charm or whatever. So I figured if I was going to do it, might as well video it for you guys, because I think it's been about a month since I've put one out. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We did template front and back. I tried to put the little symbol in there. That's not actually on his hand, but he wanted to have that symbol incorporated, so we're going to try that. But let's go ahead and dive on in. Don't know how well this is going to turn out, for the simple fact I'm not great doing hands and feet. And seeing how this is a hand should be fun to see how it turns out. So we're going to start off with the forearm section. If you're not familiar with Hellboy, he's like a devil creature, and he's got a kind of a stone, concrete, rock, whatever, right hand. And from about the forearm to the fist, it's all like stone material. It's really big and bulky and everything. And the forearm's kind of like a cylindrical shape. So we're going to start on that before we move to the actual hand itself. And the way we're going to do that is we need to notch so we can get our shapes. So we're going to come in with a kind of like a V cut. I'm not a huge fan of Hellboy. I don't dislike the movies or anything. I've never read any of the comics, but not like a huge fan or nothing. But I am excited to see what this new Hellboy movie is going to be like. It's got the sheriff from Stranger Things playing Hellboy. I think it's going to have like a much more darker tone to it, which I'm kind of excited for. I like Guillermo del Toro movies, but I just didn't feel it had the right vibe for Hellboy. Recent things with me, recently saw the new Deadpool movie. Loved it. Very funny. In my opinion, the way they made the movie wasn't as good as the first one. Like the style in which they shot the movie or something, I just didn't care for as much as the first one. But I still enjoyed it. I'm not going to give out any spoilers or anything, but you should go see it. Okay. Been thinking about going to see Infinity War. I don't know, just Marvel comic movies, man, other than, say, Deadpool, Logan, and I like Thor Ragnarok. Other than those three, I just don't care for them. There's not enough consequences. Like, if it was real life, like they're wanting you to believe, there would be consequences to things. Somebody gets hurt, whatever. You never feel like any of the main people are in jeopardy, because they're not, because they're main characters. I think to make a good comic book movie, you gotta shake things up a bit. Which I hear they do in Infinity War. hear some of the Avengers actually die. Now, not being a comic book fan, I don't know if they're staying true to comics or not, but I doubt, if they kill an Avenger off, I doubt it's anybody who's worth the darn. It's probably like Hawkeye or Black Widow or something. People with just humans, don't have any actual extraordinary powers or nothing. Know what I mean, people? I'll tell you what I'm really excited for is the new Jurassic World movie. You want to talk about nostalgic and childhood and all that? Love Jurassic Park. I remember when it first came out. I'll tell you what though, in Jurassic World, not the new one, Fallen Kingdom, but the first Jurassic World, I really didn't like the idea about the genetically altered dinosaurs. Honestly, the first time I watched it, I thought I was just imagining things. When I saw the little T-Rex head pterodactyl thing, I was like, there's no way I just saw what I just saw. And the whole Indominus Rex being like a raptor T-Rex chameleon hybrid or some nonsense. Let's see. Don't want to lose our little swirl. Let's see if we can keep that. How about expanding my videos, guys, and showcasing some of my taxidermy work that I do. I've got a really cool project I'm working on right now with a flying fish, where I'm going to do a full 3D mount. Like, even if you don't know a whole lot about taxidermy, you know normally there's one side that you see and there's one side you don't see. I'm going to make it a full 3D mount with like an artificial water that it's jumping out and everything. So I thought maybe that might be something viewers might be interested in, instead of just solely focusing on wood carving. But don't know if that's what y'all might like. I got several flying fish at the moment, so the one I have drawing right now, if he doesn't turn out, then I can just keep on at it with the other ones. I think it's a real neat little fish. If you haven't realized by now, the reason they're called flying fish is because one of the ways they avoid predators is their pectoral fins. The fins on the side of their body are so long that they can actually jump out of the water and glide for like, what was it, 50 yards, 100 yards? Something like that. I know it's a little off topic for what we're carving here, but like I said, I'm not a huge Hellboy fan. This is another special request I was commissioned to do. So, figured I'd video for you guys. David Harper, there you go. Sorry guys, that's kind of random. David Harper, that's the Harbour is the guy from Stranger Things who's playing the new Hellboy. You know, watching some fan films and stuff, or not fan films, but fan footage of like Comic-Cons and stuff. Ron Perlman, who seems like you think he'd be a decent guy because of all his movie choices. He seemed like he'd have a good personality or not. Seems to be kind of a dick in real life when fans approach him. Let's see. I feel like our knife is kind of dull. I'm going to try and do a continuous video on this one as long as I can stand it. I don't know how dull it's going to be for you guys, but it saves having to upload several times. And it shouldn't take all that long, honestly. It's a fairly simple design. I'm gonna change blades. Tell you what though, the Abe character in the Hellboy movies, if you ever seen that new one, The Shape of Water, I really enjoy that movie. I think it's a decent movie. Beyond decent, it's a really good movie. But there's just too much of that Abe character in it. He seems like a blend of the Abe character and the creature from the Black Lagoon, which honestly I think is what Guillermo del Toro was going for anyway. But you'd like to see something a little different than what you've seen already. That's why some people were, I guess, jumped to the conclusion that it was like the Abe anthology or something, his whole backstory or something. Which, heck, man, maybe they might do that in the long run. Who knows? Doubt it. The chick that plays Liz in the movie, my brother actually got to meet when he worked at the zoo. She came in for a private tour. And that kind of screwed up how some people can just get private tours places. Wouldn't that be nice though if you had kids, take them to like an amusement park, just have the whole place shut down so you can hit every ride or something. What I'm doing now is I'm making like a stop cut type line. It's just a straight cut. Then we're going to come up against it at an angle so we can create that separation between the, I don't know what to call it. I guess that would be like the wrist area. I don't know what that would be considered. But it's just the general shape of his arm. That way we can start getting our rounded shape. That's another thing. I think there was too much comedy in the original Hellboys. And he's a devil creature. It should be dark, angry, all that kind of stuff. I think this block of wood should be plenty big enough. Yeah, I think it will be, because it's going to shrink down quite a bit as we're trying to round out our shape. Might have to get our sickle shaped blade. We're just trying to take off these edges, round up the shapes. Like I said, you ain't gotta, like I've said before, I haven't said it this clip, but you don't have to get everything perfect with a knife. You can fix some things with just sandpaper, but I like to try and get it as close as I can with a knife to save sanding, because sometimes these can be real delicate in spots that you can't really apply enough pressure to with the sandpaper to touch up or anything. Remember to try and work both sides evenly, or like I'm kind of trying to do, just in a circular motion, so that way you can try and maintain some symmetry. And I'm going to try and stay on top of getting videos out a little bit more often. It's just when summertime, for whatever reason, it's just harder to do videos. Just busy doing other things, and even a small carving like this, I mean, it takes time to do. So it's just a matter of finding the time to sit down and just get started on it. Because once I get started on one, I'll keep with it and finish it. It's just that initial step of getting started. I'm sure everybody can understand that. Keep a separation from the base and area we're working on here. So they keep kind of running together as I shape it. Luckily, it seems like we have a good piece of wood staying together on me, not fraying apart or anything. Knock on wood, don't jinx myself. Oh no, I feel a sneeze coming. Alright. Fended that off, yep. We're good. Feeling totally unsatisfied now though. You ever do that? Fight a sneeze. Then you don't have to sneeze anymore, but you didn't get that satisfaction of getting that nice sneeze. Trying to get this right. It's fighting me every way. We need a round shape. It's got to have flat top and bottom. I'm sure it doesn't make sense right now. I'm trying to figure out a better way to describe it. But y'all see what I mean once I can get it sussed out. It's not too bad. Shape's a little off in spots, but for the most part we're good. Yeah, it's starting to come along nice. Alright, yeah, looks good. I'll fine tune it later, but it looks good.
Humans have forgotten that us, destroyed you with their bomb. Shopping malls. Greensburg are holding their heart. They will never be filled. They will never have enough. Look at this place. Where is the honor? Father, you was a proud warrior. I have returned from exile to wage war and reclaim our land, our birthright. And for that, I will fall upon the helm of all of my people, and they will arise. The good, the bad, and the worst. Just bullshit. A shit up on there in benefit. Perhaps I am. Perhaps they made me so. We will not fade. I'm sorry. Be not for sure. Very well. Deputies.
And we're just working in a circle, just taking a little bit off at a time, trying to get this rounded shape. No, lathe. We do this perfect. Just using the edge of the knife and just working it around. And then the top half, we're going to have to flip it over and do the bottom half here in a second. Not going to be quite as easy with the bottom. Alright, hope you can tell how it's taking shape. I think it's looking pretty good. Trying to visualize it with all the details of the cracks and the symbols and everything. But overall, I think it's looking pretty good. Coming along pretty well. Yeah, it's pretty good. We're gonna have to shrink down this little area here. Let's see, how do I want to go about the hand? The hand is recessed a little bit compared to it. Let's see. Don't want to forget where our hand placement is.
In my file, you'll see Mr. Krause and I work very closely with Dave in this training. Memory gets a little sketchy right after the fact. But, let me see now. Teleplastic. Very modern. Teleplastic, by which an ectoplasmic being, such as Dr. Krause, can control inanimate things. Organic, mechanical, dead, or alive. Now I have full control of its limbic system. Let us see how long I can hold it.
This is just a general idea, guys. That's not how it's going to actually look. It's actually going to come inward a little bit. Just want to have an idea. And once again, gotta notch it.
Normally we can't see very close controls. They generate a cloaking or a glamour. But in 1878, Emil Schulte designed and built these four crystal diopters to penetrate that effect and reveal the true nature of things.
Alright, getting some decent separation there. I'm worried how we're going to get these little circular things for the knuckle without losing them. And more or less the same, we're just going to round these edges. You know, you would think if Guillermo del Toro wanted to make his third and final Hellboy to complete the trilogy, as much money as that guy has to have, you would think he would have just paid to finance his own movie. I mean, I guess unless the people who own the rights to Hellboy just didn't want to do that. I mean, I guess that's always a possibility. I gotta be careful in here we don't cut too deep and cut the fist off before we even detail the fist. Now that we get the edges somewhat round, I'm just trying to flatten this out again. trying to round this a little bit more. Get a little bit more of the shape that I'm looking for before we move up to the actual hand. Not bad. Should be a little thicker though. Darn it. Oh well. Not much we can do about that. It is taking shape pretty nice though. Since I fixed that, let's try and straighten out this one at the bottom. It's a little better. Alright guys, I'm gonna take a break for a minute, review the footage. That way we can make sure all camera angles are good. And we'll be back working on the actual hand portion of it.